Damn, that's a lot of NECA stuff. Holy shit. Hey guys, and welcome back to the channel. So today I had the idea. I was cleaning my NECA section and I was thinking, this would be an interesting review. So today I'm gonna show you guys pretty much all my NECA figures. And as you can see, most of them are on the review table right there. And unfortunately, my collection is so big that I couldn't fit everything into the shot. So what I'm gonna do here, I'm gonna show you all my NECA figures pretty much as a set. So I'm gonna start with like the core scale figures, then work my way into the deluxe sets and show you like the horror figures, the Alien and Predator stuff, Freddy, you know, Jason. So yeah, stick around. This is gonna be a long one. It's gonna be pretty fun to show you guys. So yeah, stay tuned. Okay, so like I said, let's start with the core scale figures. And again, just a quick story about how I got introduced to NECA. It was back in 2007, and I think my first NECA was the AVPR Predalien. I got that figure and it pretty much started from there. Then I got Wolf, you know, and then it pretty much became crazy. So yeah, started NECA back in 2007, and I like the company a lot. Obviously, there's been a lot of changes with the company. Back then, their figures pretty much sucked. A lot of QC issues with the articulation, they would break on me. So that's pretty much one of the reasons why all my NECA figures so far are in the box. And obviously because I like the way they look in the box, so that's why I don't open my NECA figures. But yeah, I started in 2007 and yeah, until today, 2025. So it's pretty much like one of my favorite you know, toy companies. You know, again, 2007 I was pretty much in high school. I was starting high school, so I've been collecting them since, and yeah, I've been loving their products a lot. So yeah, that's just a quick story. Again, let's start on the corner right here with Big Chap. Again, core scale. This is their third attempt at Big Chap. There was one that came, I believe, either in 2008 or 9. You had to assemble that one. You know, pretty much. His lower legs were separate, so that was their first Big Chap. Then there was one, I believe, in 2015, which is pretty much this mold right here. There was two versions of that one. You know, one had like a darker dome, so you couldn't see the eyes. But yeah, this one is pretty much, it's like a homage to Kenner. It's a similar design to their older Big Chap. So again, this might be actually the most accurate Big Chap figure out there. And again, I'm saying figure because there are statues out there that are more accurate. But in terms of figure, this is pretty much the best that you can find on the market, and it's great. It's pretty much in scale. I mean, to a core scale. It's about 22 to 23 inches tall. So considering the guy who played the alien in the first movie, I think he was like 6'9", 6'10", so in terms of accuracy in scale, this one works. And next to him is their Alien Warrior from Aliens. Again, they're pretty much the same size, so it works in terms of a core scale. And it's sad that they haven't continued, you know, with their dog alien or the one from Resurrection in this scale, because it's fantastic. This again might be the most accurate core scale action figure out there of the Alien Warrior. Again, Prime 1 has made a very big 1/3 scale. So yeah, if you want, like if you have a core scale collection like I do, like with Hot Toys, this is gonna go pretty good in terms of scale. So yeah, a great example. Again, too bad that they haven't continued. And again, these two guys are pretty expensive nowadays. And next to them is the Part 4 Jason, final chapter. Again, same story here. They haven't continued with their core scale lines. They could have made a Part 3 since it's like the same mask, but yeah, as you can see there, that's Ted White underneath the makeup. Great head sculpt, you have two of them. Excellent details on the figure. Again, this one I know a lot of people were making fun of because it's there's like too much dirt on his pants, and you know, some people said like he peed himself, so that's quite funny. But yeah, great figure. Again, I'm missing a couple, obviously, the Pennywise and the 2018 Michael Myers. So I have to get those to complete like the core scale set from NECA. So yeah, next to it is the Part 3 Freddy. This one is cool, like the boxes. It's almost like the Freddy's house. You have like the door right there that opens up. Mine has a small tape right there. That's how it came. So let me show you inside. Excellent Freddy right there. I mean, for a NECA product, I mean, this is kick-ass in terms of like the head sculpt. You have the one that's almost, you know, laughing or in pain right there. You have the cross on his head, very scary head sculpt. You have like a separate piece to remove like this is like the scene when he's tearing up his shirt. You see all the souls that he killed right there. You have the fedora right there in the corner. So this is like my favorite Freddy that NECA did so far. And yeah, next to it is the Part 2 Freddy. Again, those are pretty much the same body. The only difference are the heads, obviously. So you have this one right there. You have another one right there in the corner. Has a scary look. One of these, I think it's the other one. You can actually see the brain on one side. And again, you have the fedora. So yeah, excellent. This one has a different glove. You see the knives right there come from his fingers. You also do have the regular glove right there. So yeah, those were the color scales. So let's move to the main horror ones in ultimate scale. So starting from the top right here, guys, these are the new Leatherface figures, the Pretty Woman and the Classic. These are like excellent. Let me show you. These were actually updated in terms of scale. They are a lot bigger than the other Leatherface that they've done. I actually got mine from GameStop the other day. So yeah, the bodies are a lot bigger, more proportionate. And these, I really like these ultimate figures. They come with a lot of accessory head sculpts, weapons and whatnot. And I really like how they present themselves in the box. You have like a shot of the figure right there, you open the box. So this is another reason why I don't open them, because I see them clearly here. And again, that would have been another challenge to expose them. You know, I would need a lot of glass shelves and whatnot. So excellent box. You have like the glossiness. So again, this is not a review because obviously every one of them are in the boxes, but this is just to show you like how, you know, my collection basically. So yeah, this is the regular one. Again, this one just came out. I have here the Ultimate Robocop, this with a chair. This one is actually pretty cool. This was exclusive to a convention last year or the year after. This is the Dr. Chalice from Halloween 3, and as you can see, it's signed by the actor right there. This one you can only get on the NECA's website, as you can see. And what's cool about this one, Sean Clark, if you guys know him from the Hallowed Grounds, and he was pretty much working with Scream Factory at one point, you know, making the special features about these horror movies, you know, and showing the locations. And I know he did a lot of documentaries with the older Scream Factory Halloween box set, which was worth a lot of money. You know, he worked closely with them on creating some of the interviews with the actors, so that's pretty cool. Here is the Halloween 2 Michael. This is like the old one, and they updated him with the 2-pack right there with the mic, with the Dr. Loomis. That's the Michael from the remake, I guess, 2018. And then I have Laurie Strode's right there, Halloween Kills and Ends. It would have been cool with this movie if Laurie was actually his sister. I think it would have made more sense. And then I have the American Werewolf from London, Werewolf, which is amazing. One of their best figures. I have the demon right there. It's the ultimate version as well, so it comes with pretty much all the looks right here, like on the box. And I'm missing like the David 2-pack that they've done. So yeah, let me show you guys the aliens sections. Okay, so here's the alien section. Again, what I like about these ultimates is on most of them you have like the movie poster on the box. So here's the big chap. This is again the ultimate version. Again, very accurate figures. And then here's most of the crew from again the first Alien movie. I'm missing a couple of them. So these are again the re-releases. And fantastic details. I mean, for such a small figures, these are 1/10 scale. Again, the likenesses, if my camera can focus. For instance, on replay there, come on, as you can see, it's not too bad. The likenesses come true. You pretty much know who the actors are. Again, especially on this guy. Excellent likeness. Here's replay from Aliens. And again, a couple of years ago, I had the opportunity to get her with there was like a 2-pack with Newt, and I am kicking myself in the balls because now that set is pretty expensive. So yeah, there's the Ultimate Warrior. This is the brown version. They also made the blue version, kind of like the core scale right there, similar to that. And then Dog Alien, Alien Resurrection Drone. Again, the sculpt on these are excellent. Again, this similar packaging to what McFarlane used to do back in the day. Again, they've done some Alien figures, some Predators, and for that time it's pretty cool. You know, it's pretty great. But now these, you know, these are miles better than the McFarlane ones. I mean, the articulations improved, the sculpt is excellent. As you can see, this guy came out with 2019 or 2020, just before COVID, and he still looks great. Again, you have the newborn right here. See, fantastic figure, pretty disgusting, but the design is pretty cool. Again, very big. Then another one that's pretty rare. I haven't seen these ever since it came out. This is the Alien. It's from Alien Covenant. Sorry. So yeah, excellent design. It's pretty much reminiscent of the Big Chap, but you know, they took some liberties to add more stuff like these on the back. Normally they are on the shoulder. And again, this is not an Ultimate figure. It's basically, you know, it doesn't come with any accessories, so it's from the regular line. But yeah, they also made the accessories pack with this one. So yeah, it's pretty rare. I think it went up in price since I, you know, last saw him in stores. And yeah, the final Alien figure right there, which is pretty much the latest one that they've made. It's obviously from the new movie Romulus, which was excellent. It's actually my favorite Alien design now. Very big, as you can see, to a regular human, you know, scale figure. I think he was supposed to be close to 10 feet tall in the movie, and the upcoming Hot Toys one is also very big. It's like 18 inches tall, so very big. They also made like an accessories pack that came with like Big Chap, and a few weapons and a facehugger, so I have to get that one. There's also, they are making a new version of the Alien. It's supposed to be like Big Chap, you know, when they've actually killed him and is all blown up. They will actually make that figure that was just announced. It's kind of impaled on the wall and everything. It's actually pretty cool. But they're also making like a new version of the Big Chap who's coming out, so I actually have to buy those two, you know, just to complete the collection. So yeah, quite a decent selection right here. So basically what I told myself is I don't need the aliens from like the Kenner line. I'm only collecting, you know, what we saw in the movies, because otherwise, you know, I'm pretty much gonna run out of space. So again, same thing with Predators. I'm only collecting the ones from the movies. There's one or two exceptions in the collection. So yeah, let's look at the Preds next. Okay, and here's the Predator section of the video. This is probably my favorite line to collect from NECA. Again, these are all awesome. Starting here from the original, obviously, probably one of the best Predator looks ever. This is the basically the Jungle Hunter right here. I wish that they would re-release this one, you know, with more accurate paint application and everything, because this one is pretty old. As you can see, when they have like tags like this, when it's translucent, it means that it's an older figure. And just a quick tidbit, if you look right there on the bar, it says like the release date, so it's November of 2018. So it's an older figure. Obviously back then you would have these transparent tabs, and then on the older figures, like I mean the newer ones, you have a black one right there. So yeah, I have pretty much all the complete line from Predator 2, the Lost Tribe. As you can see, this is the battle damage one. Came out like 2 or 3 years ago. The Scout, I think. So it's awesome because NECA actually gave these a backstory. which is cool. Again, most of these are re-releases, but like in ultimate form. So like this one, the snake, you can actually remove the armor and whatnot. So yeah, these are very cool, awesome designs. Again, this one, I think this used to be like the concept helmet for the Predator 2, but they ended up, you know, obviously going with this helmet design. So that's interesting. Obviously, great designs by Stan Winston. Again, I love the boxes on this one. They're very vibrant. As you can see, the Predator logo kind of shines. This one, I think is this one the boar, the warrior, Ultimate Warrior. So I think this actually, my bad, was supposed to be the design of the Predator 2 City Hunter helmet. Again, going here, again I have most of them, pretty much all of them. The Shaman. And then finally you have the Elder. And again, quick story about the Elder. The Elder is pretty much what if the Jungle Hunter actually survive and become old. So this is pretty much the same sculpt that Stan Winston took of the Jungle Hunter, and they just, you know, they made them look older. You know, they gave him blue hair and removed the wrist blades, you know, and just attach more stuff to him. But yeah, this is probably the best looking one for from the Lost Tribe from NECA. And again, this is interesting. They gave him the masks. I think this is when you first saw them in the comics, when he was fighting with the pirates, and with the when he gave that guy the pistol, which was pretty inaccurate in Prey. You saw that guy with the pistol, and that wasn't quite accurate on how you know, how he was in the comics. So as you can see, you have the two helmets right there. You have Elder, excellent detail for such a small figure. They've made a core scale one, but you know, that was years ago and the paint application wasn't that good. You know, same for the City Hunter. They made a couple and masked. So yeah, excellent. You have the pistol right there, every accessories, and again for like $30 or $40, you cannot go wrong with these. So that's why I have so many, because they're pretty cheap, you know, to buy. So again, this is probably the worst one that they've made. They made another version of this where he doesn't have armor, but that head sculpt is pretty shitty. As you can see, it's very sloppy. So you have the other version of this one where he's pretty much escaped from the lab. That's a more accurate head right there. But yeah, I kind of like the design of this one in the movie. I like the face, the mandibles. It's just interesting because this is pretty much the last movie when you see Predators with like netting. Because from Prey and even the new movie Badlands, the Predators actually, they don't have, you know, netting on them. So it's interesting. And yeah, this is pretty much the exception right here. This, where it's not from a movie, but I really like the design of this one. It's like the Alpha Predator. I think this is a NECA creation. He's not from the comics or from any movie. It's pretty much created by NECA in terms of a design, and that is pretty much an homage to what the Predator used to look in the movie before they contacted Stan Winston. Just an homage look. I'm gonna show you guys because this one is insane. As you can see, he has white hair, which means that's pretty much an older Predator that survived throughout the years, because Predators have a very long lifespan. So yeah, excellent design right there. Wow, this actually blows me away every time I see him. You have that homage look. It's almost like an insect face mask right there. This one has like primitive technology. It looks like his armor is made out of bones and whatnot. So yeah, very cool. And this one is very tall Predator as well. And finally we go to Prey right there, which again, it's an interesting design when it comes to like how he looks. He's very slim and tall. And yeah, when I saw that face in the movie, I was like, what the fuck are they doing? It's very interesting because his eyes are very far apart, his mandibles are weird, and his forehead is quite small. But yeah, you know, over the years, I'm getting attached more and more to the design. So cannot wait to review the Hot Toys, which is coming very soon. So stay tuned for that. I should have that guy, you know, in a month and a half or so. So yeah, this is very cool design, and they made the San Diego Comic-Con exclusive. This guy, so it's pretty much semi-clothed, clocked, semi-invisible, you know, you can see the skin. This one, unfortunately, I cannot take the sleeve off because it's kind of taped. But yeah, this was exclusive to Comic-Con last year. It comes with more accessories. I think you have the wolf and the spine, which you can kind of see right there. See the head. And then my two other ones that I have, this is from the Concrete Jungle. This is like the big one from the end of the movie, which kind of, you have these robotic parts to him. And again, this one was very, you know, nostalgic because I used to love Concrete Jungle. I still have a copy on PS2. So this is very nostalgic. And this one is the, what's called the Armor Assassin. This is like the gray version because they also made like a beige version. This is pretty much in a movie where every time he went into combat, his skin would become gray because it's his armor. It's like the, you know, they did some scientific modifications to this one. That's why he doesn't have any armor on. So yeah, this is pretty much all my Predator so far. Again, most of them are from the movies, so yeah. Okay, so going back to the horror figures right here, starting with the Freddys. These again are pretty old because they have like the plastic transparent tabs. They haven't re-released them. And again, they used to do like some older versions. I think they pretty much done all the Freddys from all the movies. Sorry. And yeah, this is only the three Ultimates that they've made. Obviously other than the two Core Scales. So only for the first three movies, again the original classic right here. Freddy's Revenge, and my favorite Freddy movie, the Dream Warriors. Again, I love these posters, man, on the box. It's excellent. Again, this one is similar to the Core Scale. You have the removable t-shirt, but you have these two pieces that are exclusive. Like you have the house right there that the girl was building at the beginning of the movie. And going to Chucky, and speaking of Chucky, NECA just announced Tiffany and Chucky from the TV series Life Size, which I will have to buy because so far I only have the Trick or Treat one with the two extra heads. So yeah, have to buy those. And this is from what is it? From the Curse of Chucky, Bride of Chucky. Yeah, sorry. So this one is the one. This is like the individual Chucky because they made the 2-pack. So I saw this and I was like, this is interesting. I haven't seen him since. And great details for such a small figure. And again, there's the 2-pack Chucky, which comes with a lot of stuff. This was a gift from my best friend a couple years ago. Again, right there, a lot of accessories. And again, they used these sculpts to make like the 6-scale versions, which I have with my my 6-scale horror section. Pretty much the same sculpts, but like bigger, and they have like actual cloth. So yeah, this one comes with a lot of stuff. It's pretty much like, I think it's my only 2-pack that has so many accessories. Like a lot of fans. It's crazy. Again, the movie poster right there from the Bride of Chucky. You have like the good guy look here, which actually comes with different head sculpts from the movies and the TV series, I think. Yeah, first movie. That's from part 3, and this from like Seed of Chucky, I think. Or was it like the Curse of Chucky? You have the good guy look with like the box underneath that you can actually put him in, so that's awesome. So going here to RoboCop, there's a few that I've made. Obviously the original. They've made like this pack right here, the deluxe pack with the chair. He's all battle damage. And they've made like the Alex Murphy version, which came out last year. And speaking of this, if you're lucky enough, NECA made an exclusive of this on their website, which was actually signed, or you have a plaque that was signed by Peter Weller. I was so excited to get that, but unfortunately, you know, as I added mine to cart, I had my PayPal ready. You know, it was already sold out in like a minute and a half, 2 minutes. So that sucks, but luckily they've actually made a regular version, you know, later on. So yeah, let's go on to the next section. Oh yeah, and I forgot to show this guy. I have so many of them that, you know, it's hard to keep track. So this is the Chucky from the TV series. Again, and they're making like a life-size version of this one, which the head is similar to this one, obviously. Which was, they announced that last week. And again, the price, man, was it like $450? Which is insane for like a life-size Chucky in this economy. I mean, that's a banger. The only issue for me is if I order directly from NECA, which is what I will do, the shipping is like $150 to $200 to ship to Canada, which is insane because it used to be like $89. But I think if I buy that figure from somebody else, it's gonna be more expensive, so yeah. Again, this one is insane. I really love the TV show. It's a shame that it was cancelled. It was cancelled after the 3rd season, which I believe the reason is because they're focusing to bring Chucky to the big screen. So again, they are making actually more figures from season 2 and 3. They are making like small packs and you don't know what's inside. I'm also missing like the Christmas version of this guy, which I have to add to the collection. So yeah, it's quite a bit of figures to add. But luckily they are very cheap. So yeah, let's start here at my other section. This is like Scream, Ghostface, obviously. They made a couple of versions of this guy, obviously, throughout the movies. I don't remember him having that mask right there with the horns and the chrome one. But this one is nice. You have the flamethrower. And you have a similar mask to like the latest Scream versions, like cracked and beige. And this one is the original one that they've made a couple years ago, obviously in ultimate form. And I like this a lot because they have like the cloth look. So that's nice. You have the sigh right there. Again, a few other head sculpt. This one glows in the dark. This one is very reminiscent from the movies, the latest movie. And speaking of latest movies, this again was an exclusive. I think was a NECA store exclusive. This is from, I think the latest movie, was it Scream 7, I think, or 6? I don't know. I have to remember the movie. But yeah, so this one, he has a few, you know, exclusive stuff, which is exclusive to obviously this set right there. Again, this is a from their website. It sold out within a couple of hours. So let me, if you can see, open the box. And yeah, this one, what I don't like about these Ultimates is they use like some type of glue and then a Velcro. And what happens from time to time is that the Velcro stays together on both ends. So yeah, that's an annoying part. But yeah, you have that crazy mask right there. You know, a lot of people were calling him woke, Ghostface. You have a small Statue of Liberty right there. Couple of knives, but yeah, great figures. And again, I love the poster. This is almost reminds me of Jason. What was the name of the movie? Jason Goes to New York, Part 8. What was it? Yeah, it's a similar, like, you know, poster where you know, Jason slashes like the whole New York thing. So that's very iconic box. And then you have a Saw right there. This one came in 2 versions. There's like a black and red version. I got the red version right there. Obviously Hellraiser, which it's quite funny because I just saw the movies for the first time. I had the Arrow video box set, the 4K version. So yeah, it's pretty cool. And speaking of it, the Sideshow one should arrive next week or the week after. So I'm gonna review that for you guys. That's awesome, very cool figure. I used to have all the It figures from the new movie, but I sold them a couple years ago. So jumping here to another classic, The Thing. Again, I came really close to buying the 1/6 version of Mondo, the timed edition, but I was too late to get that one, so who knows in the future right there. But yeah, again, very awesome likenesses to the actors. I have this version as well. I still need to get the deluxe version of the dog. There's a couple of versions that I made. Again, I got Megan there. And speaking of ghost and possessed dolls, there's the Conjuring section, The Nun. They just announced the trailer on the new movie, which looks to be fantastic. It reminds me of a little bit of Endgame, From what I've heard, all the demons are gonna be in that movie. It's gonna be quite interesting to see Annabelle and the nun back. And then Thanksgiving here, which actually was a great surprise. Came 2 years ago. It was a great movie. They actually are gonna make another version of this guy. Yeah, fantastic. Comes with a lot of accessories. And again, I like the concept of the movie. And then here my last one is Creepshow. Which again, I'm a big fan of the TV series of this one. I think I watched all the seasons in like a week and a half, 2 weeks. Yeah, excellent. I like when they're giving materials to the figure. It's more realistic. So yeah, let's jump into my final section and my favorite one, which is Friday the 13th. Okay, so almost close to the end of the video, guys. So this is gonna be my last figures here, which is again my favorite horror movie of all time, Friday the 13th. Again, they just announced the Pamela Voorhees, which is awesome. Cannot wait to get her, and hopefully they're gonna complete the whole line, because for a couple of years now there still is an ongoing battle, you know, on the rights of the figures. So that's why there's no new movie, there's no new merchandise. So I think it's between Victor Miller and what's his name, Cunningham. You know, the two guys that created Friday the 13th. So it's like you know, it's like two babies, you know, fighting for a chocolate bar. So let's hope that they're gonna end their feud right there, and they gonna shake hands and continue this awesome line, you know, and give us movies, because we haven't seen a movie since the remake in 2009. So yeah, again, Pamaverse is gonna come soon. This is part 2, part 3, you know, with the holographic, you know, box, because this one was shot in 3D back in the 80s, so that's cool. Again, final chapter. They all have the movie posters. Part 5, part 6 and 7. One thing that's cool about this is I might have the opportunity to meet Kane Hodder. He's coming to the Montreal Comic Con in July, in about 2 months. So I may actually bring this and the box set from Scream Factory so I can actually have him sign. Because like a lot of people, this is my favorite. If I can just open this, give me a second, guys. This is like my favorite, you know, Jason look. I like this like decomposed look. You see the ribs and everything. And Kane Hodder was the only actor so far to play Jason. You know, I think he played them 4 times. So yeah, if I can get him to sign this one, it's gonna be very nostalgic to me. So yeah, I'm gonna keep you guys posted if I do in July. But yeah, excellent. Pretty much my favorite NECA figure from the Friday the 13th line. Like this one a lot. And again, they haven't done, let's see, they've done part 7, but they are missing part 8, 9 and 10. So those are the only one missing from the lines. Then it kind of cuts to Jason from the Freddy vs. Jason. Again, very nostalgic movie. And then you have the remake right there, which these two are kind of re-releases. I believe Jason here, the original one was pretty much like a statue, and they've actually gone back and gave him some articulation, but the upper torso is pretty much the same, and you can remove the mask and you have that horrible head sculpt which was never used in the movie. And you have a bloody mask, one with the slashes from Freddy, the teddy bear, which I believe that was from an extended scene or a deleted scene from the movie. You have him sitting on the bed and holding to the teddy bear. And you have 2 machetes, a flame effect to the machete. So yeah, this is a very tall figure. And then the remake, which was pretty much like a re-release. So yeah, that's my Friday the 13th collection. So my final 2 figures right here from NECA are actually from the Bride of Chucky again. These I removed from the box because I did some math, and they're about, you know, right in terms of 6 scale. You know, Chucky I think is about 30 inches tall. So, you know, again, these are fairly accurate. Again, they have cloth goods, which is cool. The articulation is very decent, and they have multiple head sculpts. So yeah, those are my last figures from NECA to show you guys, and that's how they fit in the collection right there with the horror guys. Again, the sideshow It is gonna show up soon. I think next week or the other. The retailer just contacted me and said it's gonna be here on the 15th, so that's gonna be awesome. Gonna do an unboxing and show you guys. That figure is gonna be very epic. Pretty much gonna pose him right there in between Sam and the modern day It. So yeah. Okay guys, so appreciate you watching the video like always. Big thank you. We actually reached a huge milestone here on the channel. We hit 1500 subscribers and plus. So big thank you to all of you guys. It's, you know, it's a huge accomplishment. I appreciate all you guys watching the videos, commenting. So a big thank you to that. So yeah, let me know in the comments below, guys, what were your favorite NECA figures. Mine, again, it's very hard to pick at the moment. So yeah, I actually forgot to show you guys this one right here. The Deluxe Krampus. I actually got this last month while doing a trip on Toronto. So yeah, this another great figure by NECA. I mean, they have so many figures coming. Just counting the Werewolf from The Howling, the Michael Myers from Part 6, the Pamela Voorhees that should be released soon here in my area, and so many more figures from Jaws. You know, it's too many to count. And a big one that I actually don't have, I used to have back in the days, the Deluxe Alien Queen from Aliens. So that would probably be my favorite figure that they ever made. And I also forgot to show you guys the Part 3 1:1 scale mask, which is also made by NECA. So this is a great figure. Yeah, I really appreciate the company a lot. I know their customer service is pretty bad. Again, when I bought my exclusive Predator from Prey, the cloaked version, they actually shipped it to my address, but then it kind of got lost in transit, and sometimes it's very difficult to hear back from them. I didn't really have big problems with, you know, again, I used to have their Chucky 1:1. He came with scratches on the face, and they were, you know, they were able to give me a refund on that. Unfortunately, I don't have the figure anymore. I actually did some customizing and selling it off on the Facebook groups. But yeah, all in all, again, it's very nostalgic for me to collect NECA, because again, I've collected them since almost 20 years, if you can believe it. I was a small kid in high school when I started. It's very nostalgic. You know, these are the characters that I grew up with. Again, mostly horror figures. And yeah, can you guys believe it? How many do I have? And I just counted them, you know, before putting them back on the shelves, and I am actually at 102 figures, which is crazy. Again, started back in 2007, and I collected NECA seriously since about 2015, 2016 is where I got into their ultimate lines. So yeah, about 102 figures, you know, over 10 years. So that's quite insane. Hopefully in the future, you know, I'm gonna have more room to display them. But I'm pretty much, you know, my goal is only to collect horror figures, mostly sci-fi, only lines that I like. So I tend not to go crazy, you know, stick with the collections that I already have, like Friday the 13th, Halloween, you know, Freddy, Leatherface, you know, the Chuckies. I try not to get too crazy, because otherwise, you know, your collection is gonna blow up. So again, you know, I try to remain specific to only lines that I like. And I'm quite surprised that NECA hasn't done a Pumpkinhead, Victor Crowley. You know, they're finally making Terrifier, a couple of versions of that, like a one in a Santa suit, which is pretty cool. So yeah, you know, it's pretty cool. I have a couple of figures in 1/6 that I don't have in NECA versions. So for instance, Sam here, I don't have the ultimate version of, which is not a big deal. I mean, I have the 1/6, so that's good enough for me. So yeah, guys, again, a huge thank you for watching this video. Thanks again for 1500 subscribers. It means a lot. And let's continue. Let's have a goal by the end of the year to reach, you know, over 2000. That's gonna be a huge milestone for me. So yeah, thanks for watching the video, guys. Make sure to like, subscribe. Let me know in the comments below what is your favorite NECA figure and why. And yeah, see you soon for a new video. Take care and bye-bye.